Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today's the 1st of May 2025 and the price of Bitcoin on the global cryptocurrency market, guys, has marginally gone down in comparison to yesterday. And what I'll do, guys, in today's episode, I'll go ahead and give my reasoning as to why the prices of Bitcoin on the global cryptocurrency market has marginally pumped down. Because look, guys, on the 7th of May, that is this month, Federal Chair Jerome Powell will be making a decision whether to keep the interest rate, reduce it or increase it. Now, there's a very high possibility he might actually keep the interest rate the same, but because President Donald Trump is pressuring him to reduce the interest rate, guys, if he does go ahead and reduce it, things will be looking absolutely great for the US economy, and more importantly for the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as well. Now, the Federal Reserve Board, guys, they did publish a report called as Financial Stability Report, and that report essentially talks about how the US economy is doing. Now, it's really important to understand, guys, this report is for the month of April. So what I thought, guys, I'll go ahead and discuss some details regarding that particular report, but I will focus more on how it will actually impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, regarding this report, guys, there are two ways of looking at it. You can talk about how it can positively impact the price of Bitcoin as well as negatively impact the price of Bitcoin as well. So I'll go ahead and share both sides of it. Now, I won't go into the details regarding this report, guys, because it will take me at least an hour or two. But in the show notes below, you can go ahead and find the entire report. Now, what you can do is, guys, you can put the entire PDF file in ChatGPT and ask them to summarize it for you as well. That is essentially a smart way of doing it, isn't it? Now, just a few hours ago, guys, there was a massive news regarding BlackRock, and looks like they're taking massive moves in the world of tokenization. And BlackRock, guys, they want to tokenize $150 billion worth of Treasury fund. So what I'll do, guys, in today's episode, I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Now look, guys, BlackRock getting into the Bitcoin world definitely changed the entire perception regarding Bitcoin, especially among high net worthy individuals, isn't it? And now BlackRock getting into the tokenization world, guys, I'm pretty much sure the next narrative will be tokenization. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. Now regarding ETF, guys, unfortunately we do have some update. And looks like the US Security and Exchange Commission, they have gone ahead and decided to delay the approval. So I'll go ahead and share more information regarding this. Now regarding SEC, guys, we do have some positive news. And this is because of the new administration. Now under the Biden administration, guys, the US Security and Exchange Commission under Gary Gensler, they were going after cryptocurrency exchanges as well as stablecoins as well, isn't it? And the SEC back then did have an ongoing case with PayPal stablecoin, that is PYUSD. But with the new administration, guys, the SEC has decided to go ahead and end the probe regarding PayPal. This, to be honest, is another massive win for the cryptocurrency space. And President Donald Trump, guys, he's focusing on deregulation. Now, when you talk about deregulation and Austrian economy, guys, they definitely go hand in hand, isn't it? So quite a lot of cover, guys, in today's episode. And like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date series, we will be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news, guys, is from the Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah. And Ras Al Khaimah's DAO, that is Digital Asset Oasis, looks like they want to go ahead and onboard more users. And check this out, guys. They have partnered with Sui Hub MENA region. And looks like they want to capitalize on UAE's Web3 growth momentum. So in today's episode, we'll take a deep dive into what this partnership is all about. Now the second news, guys, is from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And looks like artificial intelligence is playing a massive role so far as law is concerned as well. And Saudi Arabia has released a draft global AI hub law. And they want to redefine digital jurisdiction. And they've opened up comments from people as well. And I believe the deadline for that is 15th of this month. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what role artificial intelligence will play in law. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gulf Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform. Check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, if you look at the global market sentiment, guys, right now the sentiment is still great, but the number associated has marginally gone down. Yesterday, the number associated was 60, isn't it? And what I tend to do is, guys, I look at a website called as alternatives.me, and that does give a very fair assessment regarding the market sentiment. Now, yesterday, the number associated was 60, but today it has marginally gone down to 56. And who's to say, guys, if you do get any macro level news, I'm pretty much sure the market sentiment would change, isn't it? And if that thing happens, it'll definitely be impacting the price of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market as well. Now, if you look at the global cryptocurrency market, guys, it has definitely gone down since the last 24 hours. As a matter of fact, it is down by 1.73%, and the global cryptocurrency market today is at $2.94 trillion. Now, yesterday, guys, the global cryptocurrency market was at $2.99 trillion, isn't it? And I was really anticipating the global cryptocurrency market to have crossed the $3 trillion mark. But look, guys, the cryptocurrency world is absolutely wild, and none of these predictions ever turn out to be true. Now, regarding the global cryptocurrency market is definitely pumped up, and in terms of dollar amount, it is $81.91 billion, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 7.61%. Now, if you look at the volume of stable coins, guys, it is marginally pumped up. Now I'm really curious to check how the market reacts over the weekend, because as I mentioned earlier guys, on the 7th of this month is when the Federal Chair Jerome Powell will be making a decision regarding the interest rate, and a lot of notorious traders, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency whales, they are the ones who will be manipulating the market. So you need to factor quite a lot of things when you're making any investment decisions. But as and when we get closer to the date, I will definitely cover all related news in the Blockchain DXB podcast. Now if you look at the total volume in decentralized finance, today it is at $6.32 billion, and DeFi guys as of today is accounting for 7.72% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And since the last month or so, the total value locked has been pumping up. And today the total value locked is $100.22 billion, and Aave has also been dominating since the last month or so, and the total value locked under Aave is $19.82 billion. Now decentralized exchange dominance guys has marginally pumped up, but it is still below the 40% mark. Today it is at 29.44%. Now let's quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges. Now Uniswap is still leading the pack, and its 24-hour volume is $1.55 billion. PancakeSwap guys is at number 2nd, but its volume is well below the $1 billion mark. It is at $853 million. Radium is at number 3rd, and its 24-hour volume is $837.04 million. Orca gas is at number 4th, and its 24-hour volume is $685.11 million. At number 5th, gas is Pump, and its 24-hour volume is $573.26 million. Now let's quickly run to the volume of stable coins. Because this week, guys, I really wanted the volume of stablecoins to be about the $100 billion mark. Then I could have confidently made an assessment that Bitcoin price will reach a new all-time high. But unfortunately, that has not happened, isn't it? Now, if you look at the volume of stablecoins, to date is only at $76.67 billion. And stablecoins, guys, as of today, is accounting for 93.60% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And out of the $76.67 billion, guys, Tether USDT is accounting for $62.76 billion. Circle USDC's volume is below the $10 billion mark. It is at $9.90 billion. And so far as FDUSD is concerned, its 24-hour volume is at $2.60 billion. Now let's quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now Bitcoin's dominance guys right now is at 63.30%. And so far as the price of Bitcoin is concerned, it has marginally gone down since the last 24 hours. But if you look at the dominance of Ethereum guys, for almost 3 months the dominance is around the 7% mark, and today it is at 7.30%. And this clearly means that a lot of altcoins, particularly Solana's volume, has been pumping up. And I'm really curious to check guys, what is Solana's dominance in comparison to other cryptocurrencies? Unfortunately guys, there is no way I can go and check it. If you know what the dominance of Solana is, mention them in the comments below. Now if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is $29.83 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is at $15.15 billion. Now the market cap guys of Bitcoin has marginally gone down, and today it is at $1.86 trillion, whereas Ethereum's market cap has also gone down. Today it is down to $215 billion. Now every day in the Blockchain DXB podcast, I tend to look at one new matrix, isn't it? And today what I want to do is, I want to look at the top deep in tokens, that is decentralized physical infrastructure, and I'm looking at this just by based on market capitalization. Now it's really important to understand guys, when you talk about market capitalization, it does not necessarily give an accurate picture. It just gives you a bird's eye view on how a project or protocol is operating. What I'd really recommend you to do is, when you're looking at any decentralized protocols, try to look at the 24-hour trading volume, and if they do have any decentralized apps guys, try to look at the activity that is actually taking place. And the best website to go and get all the information guys is dapradar.com, and you can sort the data based on different chains. Now regarding the top deep in tokens by market capitalization, Bitensa is at number 1 and its market cap is $3.06 billion. Rendergast is at number 2nd and its market cap is $2.28 billion. Filecoin is at number 3rd and its market cap is below the $2 billion mark. It is at $1.83 billion. The number 4th gas is IOTA, but its market cap is well below the $1 billion mark. It is at $777 million. Theta Network is at number 5th, but its market cap is only at $736 million. Now guys, let's go and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin right now is $94,703. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 0.13%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 1.08%. Now look guys, I can confidently state, with the FOMC meeting, I'm definitely expecting a lot of volatility so far as the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are concerned. And this volatility, guys, unfortunately has nothing to do with facts. Rather, it depends on how Bitcoin whales as well as notorious traders, how they are going to be manipulating the market. And you can also blame mainstream media, guys, because they often put out a completely different picture to what the actual facts are, isn't it? Now, I'm really curious to check what the price is after the FOMC meeting. Now, regarding Ethereum, the price is $1,783. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 2.33%. And since the last 7 days, it is down by 0.14%. Ripple or XRP, the price is $2.18. But since the last 24 hours, it has taken a massive hit. And it is actually down by 4.78%, which is a bit bizarre, guys. Because just few days ago, the first XRP ETF was approved in Brazil, isn't it? And I was really anticipating the price of XRP to be pumping up. But look, guys, the cryptocurrency world is always wild. And if you look at the price of XRP since the last 7 days, it is actually down by 1.08%. Now, what I want to do, guys, in today's episode, I want to run through some information regarding the Federal Reserve Board report, and the report is called as Financial Stability Report. Now, mind you, guys, I won't go into the details regarding this particular report because this is more connected to the US economy. But look, guys, because of this report, along with inflation data and plethora of other things, Federal Chair Jerome Powell will be making a decision whether to reduce the interest rate, keep the interest rate, or increase it. And according to me, guys, because of President Donald Trump, I do anticipate Jerome Powell to go ahead and reduce the interest rate. But let's see if that thing does actually materialize. Because look, guys, if Jerome Powell does go ahead and reduce the interest rate, things will be looking great for the US economy. And because of that, guys, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be pumping up as well. Now, regarding this report, that is Financial Stability Report, guys, it was actually published by the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. And in the show notes below, you can go ahead and look at the entire report. And this particular report, guys, provides an assessment of the resilience of the US financial system, and it also outlines potential risks to financial stability. Now, mind you, guys, this particular report was published in the last week of April, and this particular report reflects market conditions and data as of 11th of April 2025, and it does discuss vulnerabilities such as asset valuation, borrowing by businesses and households, as well as the financial sector leverage and funding risks. Now, what I want to do is, guys, I want to go ahead and discuss, based on this report, what kind of positive impact will have on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and what are the ways it can impact negatively. Because look, guys, this particular report does actually provide overall financial system outlook, and so far as the US economy is concerned, guys, the US financial system under Trump administration remains stable, but it does face moderate vulnerabilities, and this is across key areas such as asset valuation, corporate and household debt, as I mentioned earlier, leverage and finance as well. And any particular risk, be in terms of, let's say, geopolitical chaos, they do remain contained mostly at this point of time. But so far as market volatility and liquidity is concerned, guys, because of tariffs and because of mainstream media providing misleading and incorrect information, guys, there is a bit of strain in the US economy, isn't it? Now, what I'd really urge you to do is, in the show notes below, you'll get the entire report. You can put it, let's say, in ChatGPT or Grok 3, and you can ask it to summarize it. But what I want to do is, guys, I want to go ahead and discuss what are the positive impact on this in the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and how could it potentially negatively impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, let's talk about the negative pressure on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, guys, because this particular report states that there is tight liquidity and market volatility, and Treasury and equity market liquidity, guys, has deteriorated in the last month, and because of that, the volatility has surged, especially in the month of April. And this risk-off environment, guys, can lead to institutional investors to reduce exposure to volatile assets like Bitcoin and altcoins, and they might be going back to gold, isn't it? Now, the next thing I want to touch base is regarding high interest rates and Treasury yields. And what the report says, guys, is yields remain at a 50-year high, and the equity risk premium is historically low. So what does this mean for the price of Bitcoin, guys? It essentially means there are high opportunity costs of holding non-yielding assets like Bitcoin that could actually suppress the demand. And because of that, guys, at times such as this, gold seems to be a better option, isn't it? Now, the next connection I could make is regarding increased financial leverage unwinding and hedge funds with high leverage, guys. Right now, they are unwinding risky positions, and there is a very high chance they are including crypto assets in that as well. And this could potentially result in sell-offs or even liquidity crunches in the digital asset market. Now, whatever I'm saying, guys, is my opinion. This is not actually happening right now, but Based on the report, this is one of the negative impacts on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And the final thing is regarding tighter credits and delinquencies, guys. Because based on the report, guys, it does actually state that there is rising credit card and auto loan delinquencies, and that does signal consumer stress, and this could reduce retail inflows into cryptocurrencies, isn't it? Let me know, guys, if you agree to my assessment or disagree to it. But look, guys, there is another positive way of looking at this report, and I want to go and discuss how the same report can be used in a positive way. And the first thing that immediately pops into my mind when I read this report, that the report clearly states that so far as the systemic risk is concerned, guys, right now it is at moderate, and because of that, financial systems remain resilient overall, and banks at this point of time are well capitalized and there are no immediate signs of crisis, isn't it? And this particular stability, guys, could prevent a broad risk of panic that drags Bitcoin sharply down as well. So this is one way of looking at it, isn't it? Now the report also talks about continued weakness in traditional assets, guys, and what I feel, guys, based on this report, equities are at elevated valuations, and there is a rising concern about defaults in traditional credit markets. And I'm just thinking, guys, it could be possible that some investors may try to ditch that, and they may try to look at alternative sources of value like Bitcoin, isn't it? Especially if confidence in fiat weakens. Let me know, guys, if you agree to my assessment or not. Now the report also touches base on monetary policy and debt sustainability concerns, guys, and according to the report, 50% of experts flagged US fiscal debt, and they are persistently talking about inflation's a top risk. And because of that, guys, you can make an argument that this particular report does actually support Bitcoin's narrative as a hedge against fiat devaluation and long-term inflation, isn't it? So look, guys, there are two ways of looking at this particular report, and it depends on what view mainstream media goes with, and whether we like it or not. It is the mainstream media that does actually drive the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and along with that, guys, a lot of notorious traders, Bitcoin whales and cryptocurrency whales, they are the one who will be manipulating the market. And according to me, guys, whatever happens in this FOMC meeting does give us a very good indication as to which direction the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be heading towards the next quarter. Now let me know, guys, if you agree to my assessment or if you disagree to it, and if you do have any additional points, mention them in the comments below. Now, guys, let's go and discuss another massive news, and this is to do with BlackRock. And check this out, guys. BlackRock has filed with the United Securities Exchange Commission, and the filing states that they want to introduce a new blockchain-based shares, and this is referred to as DLT shares, and the DLT stands for Distributed Ledger Technology. But here's the interesting thing, guys. This is for a $150 billion Treasury Trust Money Market Fund, and BlackRock is partnering with BNY Mellon, and here's the important thing. These digital shares aim to mirror traditional share ownership records on blockchain, and the whole idea behind doing this is they want to enhance transparency and potentially setting the stage for broader adoption of tokenized assets in traditional finance. This, to be honest, guys, is definitely a really massive news, and whether you like BlackRock or not, their impact is absolutely gigantic, isn't it? Now there is a really interesting catch to this, guys. The DLT shares won't be holding any cryptocurrencies, but this particular move reflects a growing trend of bridging real-world assets with decentralized finance infrastructure, isn't it? So according to me, guys, tokenization will definitely be the next type. And this isn't BlackRock's first step in tokenization, isn't it? The firm's blockchain-native Biddle Fund was actually developed with Securitize, and they currently manage over $1.7 billion, and they've expanded to Solana blockchain as well. And the CEO of BlackRock, that is Larry Fink, who according to me is the most powerful human being in this world, has repeatedly championed tokenization. And what he does is, guys, he also puts out a CEO letter to the entire world, and even in that letter, guys, he has put out a really stark warning in 2025 that the United States could lose its financial dominance if it fails to address mounting debt. And he did actually talk about how Bitcoin could be benefited because of this. And it's needless to say, guys, you know by now that BlackRock is fully into Bitcoin, isn't it? It looks like Larry Fink and BlackRock are working with President Donald Trump as well. So look, guys, according to me, United States of America is definitely in for a wild ride. And I'm talking about that in a positive way. Now, guys, let me go ahead and give you a quick update regarding an ETF that got delayed, and the United Securities and Exchange Commission, guys. They have delayed Franklin XRP ETF, and this decision was actually done on the 29th of April. And the Chicago Board of Exchange BZX Exchange, guys, they did file a proposal with SEC to list and trade shares, and this was for Franklin XRP Fund, which is more of a cross-based ETF, but the SEC has extended the decision deadline from 3rd of May, and the next deadline will be on the 17th of June 2025. and this extension and deadline was done under the authority provided by Security Exchange Act. Now this extension, guys, allows Commission more time to evaluate the rule changing and issue raised, and as of now, guys, the Security and Exchange Commission has not received any public comments on the proposal. But look, guys, if you're an expert in ETF, you can go ahead and put out a comment on the SEC website as well, and the SEC wants people to comment and make recommendations. Now let's go ahead and talk about a positive move by SEC and the Security and Exchange Commission under the Trump administration, guys. They have a positive stance regarding Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, isn't it? And as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, guys, the Security and Exchange Commission under Gary Gensler, they were creating a lot of problems for companies, and one of the company was PayPal, because PayPal did go ahead and launch a stable coin. But now, guys, the Security and Exchange Commission under Trump administration has decided to end its 15-month investigation into PayPal's PYUSD stablecoin, which did actually began in November of 2023, and this particular probe was dropped with no enforcement action taken as well. And the SEC under the Trump administration has pivoted from its previous aggressive stances in it, and regarding PayPal's stablecoin, that is PYUSD, it was issued by Paxos and backed by short-term treasuries and dollar deposits, and they did see massive growth as well. And the market cap, I believe, was around the $800 million mark, and PayPal recently partnered with Coinbase to expand PYUSD's reach. Now, the US Security and Exchange Commission decision now aligns with a broader regulatory shift as Congress is advancing bills to regulate US dollar-backed stablecoin, including the Stablecoin and Genius Act. So look, guys, the Trump administration is definitely focusing on deregulations. Now, these was macro-level news from the Bitcoin, blockchain, and cryptocurrency world. Now, let's go ahead and look at two news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. Now, the first news, guys, is from Russell K. Dow, and they are partnered with Sui Hub MENA region, and they want to capitalize on UAE's Web3 growth momentum. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this, because Russell K. Dow, guys, they become the official partner of Sui Hub MENA Accelerator Program. Now, this partnership will offer regulatory clarity and licensing support to Sui ecosystem startups. Now, this alliance aligns with UAE's status as a global hub for blockchain and digital asset innovation, and the Sui Hub MENA Accelerator Program, guys. They have received 630 applications from 152 countries, and Dubai was chosen in 2024 as the launch location for first ever Sui Hub globally. Now, regarding Russell K. Dow, guys, they are a free zone and they currently host over 500 Web3 companies, and this is across GameFi, NFTs, wallets, and decentralized autonomous organizations as well. Now, this collaboration aims to accelerate Sui-based startups from idea to scalable businesses, and the CEO of Sui Hub MENA region has emphasized building long-term partnership with regulatory entities, and the goal is to provide startups a supportive environment for growth in the MENA region. Now, this alliance will enhance UAE's reputation as a magnet for blockchain innovation and talent, isn't it? So definitely interesting news in my honest opinion. And Sui ecosystem, guys, they have seen rapid growth with $118 billion in decentralized exchange volume and nearly $1 billion in stablecoin volume as well. And this particular move, guys, positions Russell K. Dow to support the next wave of high-growth Web3 ventures. Now, Russell K. Dow, they focus on combining regulatory clarity with global connectivity for digital assets, and this particular partnership, according to me, guys, will help attract international talent, increase investment, and drive economic diversification as well. And the collaboration strengthens UAE's leadership in blockchain innovation and fosters long-term sustainable growth. So definitely positive news. Now look, so far as United Arab Emirates is concerned, they are actively in adopting newer technologies. Absolutely brilliant stuff in my honest opinion. Now guys, let's go and discuss some news all the way from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia, guys, they have released a draft global AI hub law, and looks like they want to redefine digital jurisdiction. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Because Saudi Arabia CST, guys, issued a public consultation on 14th of April, and this was for a draft global AI hub law, and the law proposes three types of AI hub in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The first one is private, the second one is extended, and the third one is virtual. And they've also introduced the concept of data embassies, that is focusing on private data centers governed by foreign laws in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And the draft aims to redefine digital jurisdiction, and they're doing that by regulating infrastructure first, not just data alone. And the objective, guys, is to establish foreign-affiliated data centers to support cross-border data-heavy businesses. And the goal is to leverage Kingdom of Saudi Arabia's geographical location so that they can offer global technology solutions and bridge digital divides. And they want to tackle concerns about data localization and cross-border data transfer requirements. And what I like, guys, is they are proposing a bottoms-up approach to governance, and they are starting with physical infrastructure, and they aim to enhance security, business connectivity and sustainable infrastructure for AI system, and they offer real benefits like reduced latency, energy efficiency and real-time processing, and if implemented, guys, it'll definitely impact how organizations build, deploy and governance artificial intelligence and digital systems, and they offer new infrastructure options aligned with legal, business as well as customer requirements. And this particular draft, guys, provides regulatory flexibility and clarity for multinationals operating across different jurisdictions, and there are 3 different types of AI hubs. The first one is private hub, the second one is extended hub, and the third one is virtual hub. Now regarding the private hub, guys, it is solely used by a guest country and governed by the country's law via bilateral agreement, and regarding extended hub, it will be used by operator and clients, governed by guest country laws through agreements, and regarding virtual hub, guys, it will be used by Saudi providers hosting foreign clients, governed by the client's country laws. This, to be honest, is a really interesting move, isn't it? And in this draft, guys, they've also defined what a guest country is, and this is via bilateral agreement, and so far as designated foreign state is concerned, this has to be approved by Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for virtual boards, and guest countries, guys, are tied to state agreements, while designated states don't require such treaties. And regarding the virtual hub, guys, they do offer broader accessibility and scalability for international businesses. Now regarding this draft, it is open for public consultation until the 14th of May 2025, and organizations are encouraged to review and make any comment. And just a few minutes ago, guys, I also talked about Security and Exchange Commission in the United States of America. They want people and businesses to go ahead and comment on ETF, isn't it? And the same thing is done by Saudi Arabia as well. So look, guys, if you're a lawyer and do have expertise in artificial intelligence, you definitely need to go ahead and check it out. So these were the news, guys, on the Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. So let's kickstart with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. I have a question by Mark who asks, what are the long-term effects of high interest rate on Bitcoin and crypto investments? This, to be honest, is such a simple question and important one, and I often say this every month. There are 2 things which are really important, particularly that directly and indirectly impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. The first one is actually the inflation, and based on inflation data as well as economic factors, Federal Chair Jerome Powell makes the decision whether to keep the interest rate, reduce it or increase it. So to answer your question, Mark, the long-term effects and high interest rates on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are more layered than what we actually think of. Now in the short term, what happens is, high interest rates generally act as a headwind, and investors as such prefer yield-bearing assets like Treasury bonds or non-yielding ones like Bitcoin. So what happens is, in a short period of time, the capital often flows out of risk assets, and as borrowing becomes more expensive, there's less speculative capital in the system, isn't it? And this tends to reduce inflows into Bitcoin as well as altcoins, and because of that, immediately the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies goes down. And when you talk about institutions now, Mark, historically they also de-risk portfolios, especially in times of market stress or volatility. And truth be told, in times such as this, crypto is the first thing they usually tend to sell out, isn't it? But look, when you talk about interest from a long-term point of view, this is where things could actually get interesting in my honest opinion. Because look, Mark, long-term high interest rates can actually strengthen Bitcoin's investment thesis, isn't it? Because you can make an argument that Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation and many other things. And from a long-term point of view, Mark, high rates make it more expensive for governments to service their debt, and over a period of time, this raises concern about financial stability, deficit as well as inflation, all of which, if you look at it from a long-term point of view, could actually make Bitcoin a hard asset. And if central banks are eventually forced to cut interest rates or turn to more aggressive debt monetization, Bitcoin could become a powerful hedge against fiat erosion. And if you think of this particularly in areas where inflation is extremely high, such as let's say Turkey or even Argentina, Bitcoin adoption has recently increased quite a lot, isn't it? So to answer your question, when you talk about it from a short-term point of view, the prices will definitely go down, but from a long-term point of view and a macro level, Bitcoin, according to me, Mark, is definitely here to shine, but definitely an excellent question. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything Season Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, we have the Blockchain DXB podcast where we cover top news and information. We look at the price of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency snapshot. We also look at macro level news, and then we look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.